So last week I went and I got a vape because I found some research published by very credible scientific sources. For example, Harvard is one of them. Second one is a Senate, I believe, or Congress hearing where they found, and both sources confirm, that nicotine itself is not an addictive drug. In fact, it is more like a nutrient than a drug. Furthermore, I learned that, well, this isn't something that I learned that was new. I knew this for a while now, but Native Americans that have been living here have been using tobacco as medicine for a very long time. In fact, they teach their horses to go eat and chew up tobacco leaves when they have health issues. So after I found out about that and other studies where they found that nicotine can actually cure neural diseases like Alzheimer's, dementia, could also help with joint diseases like arthritis, and also is a very, very good drug, or I suppose medicine, against influenza, which means colds, flus, COVID-19, all those things. And I believe, I can't remember if this is 100% true because I did not, read the research or study the research multiple times. So this is off of just one time. So my memory could be a little on this part, but I believe it also helps with ridding your body of parasites. This part is the part that I am not 100% sure on. But anyways, after I learned about that, I was like, well, why did I quit nicotine for 6 years then? Besides the fact that I really wanted to because I was a simp for a girl, and also I was using it way too much back then. But yeah, I had quit for 6 years, and after I learned about this, I was like, perhaps there is something more to this. So I decided to give it a try again. I went and I bought a vape, which is not the most perfect way to intake nicotine, to be fair. The research that I studied recommended using nicotine in its purest form, i.e. tobacco leaves, which is pure, or nicotine patches or gums, which are also pretty pure as far as I understand it to be. But I went with vape because, I don't know, I enjoy vaping and I think it's kind of cool, to be honest with you. And I decided to give it a try against all, conventional beliefs of, oh, this is going to ruin me, I'm going to become addicted, it's going to be, not a path that you're supposed to go on. But based on the research I did, it's not supposed to be addictive, and it hasn't been. Yeah, I found, after using it for less than a week, 2 major health improvements that I personally have experienced, albeit it could be placebo effect, I don't know yet. But one is something that I have had to deal with. You can see on my hand scarring there, or healing taking place on my skin. And that is because when my body gets stressed out, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I would develop, I think this is like a side effect of maybe eczema? I don't know. I call them stress bubbles. Stress bubbles is what I call them. And when those develop, because I'm constantly using my hands every day, they just don't heal once they happen. Like, the skin never gets a good chance to properly heal up, and it just spreads. As you can see, it's basically, well, it's healed up pretty good now, but it spreads over my entire palm, and I don't know, I'm not embarrassed by it, but it's just not fun to have to deal with. And after using nicotine for less than a week, that has been healing up. Like, it's basically brand new skin, and it's almost fully grown now, as compared to the rest of the skin. It still needs to fully develop still, but that has improved for me. Secondly is my gut. I've ever since, man, I don't even remember, but for a while now, I've dealt with just sometimes volatile gut. to put it lightly. And especially so now that I am living this nomadic lifestyle where I don't have my own toilet. I have to depend on public infrastructure or the woods, which I'm in the middle of a city. There's not much woods to go to. Um, I, you know, have to plan my life around toilets, especially during the night when there's not many businesses open. I've had to worry about, oh, am I going to have to wake up in the middle of the night and drive as fast as I can to the nearest toilet so that I can avoid defecating in public places. That has been a legit worry that I've had to deal with. And one time I did have to wake up at 4 in the morning, drive as fast as I legally can to Planet Fitness, which I have a gym membership at, and go relieve myself. But ever since I started using nicotine, one, my skin has improved, and two, my gut has stabilized. Now my body is actually properly digesting my food instead of just literally eating it and then immediately, well, not immediately, but very quickly expelling it without fully digesting it. So I am really glad I took the chance and discarded societal, constraints and teachings about nicotine. Although, as I said, vaping is not the best way to use nicotine. We still don't know from a scientific standpoint how vaping affects the body. But as far as I'm concerned, it's a lot better than smoking cigarettes, which they pack, I believe it's over 300 different chemicals on top of the natural tobacco leaf, which is actually what causes the addiction, is those additional chemicals that they pack into cigarettes. And also better than chewing tobacco, which I have also used heavily in the past. Chewing tobacco, I believe they put like minute amounts of fiberglass in there so that it can open up your membrane in your mouth so your body can absorb the nicotine better. It's just overall not great for you. But vaping, as far as I'm concerned, is like the safer option. I don't know yet, but all I know is after using nicotine, my health issues that I've been dealing with and worrying about has subsided and have made huge improvements. So yeah, there's that. That's what I learned over this past week, is nicotine has been a godsend for me.